Good morning, everybody. This is Sathya here, again with daily current affairs with Sathya sir. Today is the 13th of July 2025, Friday the 13th, and it has been a nightmare, a day of tragedy yesterday. And I believe this is the one topic which has been in news across all media, be it digital media, be it online. Even today's newspaper is filled with all information about the tragedy. And I'm talking about the Ahmedabad London flight, the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, which crashed moments after its takeoff, killing 241 of 242 people who were on board. It crashed into the hostel of the BJ Medical College, and the main headlines reads Dreamliner Nightmare kills 245 people. Obviously, this is one of the worst tragedies in recent times, and all the more uh, closer because I'm sitting here in Ahmedabad, the city where the tragedy took place. So I'm just going to go through the newspaper today. This is not going to be a very long session because I believe most of the information, most of the news in the paper would be in and around the tragedy which has taken place. So, just some of the details. The place where it took place was Ahmedabad in Gujarat, India. The plane which crashed was the Air India 787-8 Dreamliner aircraft, which was an Ahmedabad London flight. I believe it was supposed to land at the Gatwick Airport. Uh, I'm at a loss of words to say anything, and let's just see some of the things maybe which we can pick up. So there was apparently a mayday call made by the pilot moments before the aircraft crashed. And a mayday call is basically a distress signal being sent by the pilot to the ATC or the air traffic control. Uh, one of the although each human life is precious, there are prominent names in the list of the deceased. Among them was the former Gujarat CM Shri Vijayabhai Rupani, who was on fly to London to meet a family member. And the place where it crashed into was the hostel mess complex of BJ Medical College. So medicos were among the victims of this tragedy. As of now, there is no clear information on what led to the tragedy. And repeatedly, you will hear the term black box, which basically is a piece of equipment on board which records all relevant data. In any major aircraft incident, what happens is after the crash, after the accident, after the incident, they try to recover the black box. And hopefully, through a detailed technical analysis of the contents of the black box, they might be able to piece together on what led to this tragedy. Okay, so the entire first page is on this. The second page again is full of information regarding individual tragedies, individuals. Among the people who were on the aircraft were people of various nationalities, prominently were Indians and British. But apparently, there was also a Portuguese person, and there were a few other nationalities. in 1, 2, 3, 4 pages devoted to this. And of course, a couple of articles about the previous Indian Airlines crash, one which happened in 1988. The pages are filled with tragic stories. In the Nation information, there's just one about how Karnataka is to commission a fresh caste census. Then in the next Nation page, there's no major news other than updates on sensational incidents which have been happening in the country. Uh, then there's in the Nation page, there's something about heat waves, not too relevant. Coming to the middle page, uh, the main article is, of course, an opinion by an aviation professional, Amit Singh, with the title The Tragedy of Those Left Behind. With the byline, after a plane crash, few focus on the trauma of victims' families. The Tatas have announced a 1 crore compensation, but much more pain lies ahead, including insurance battles and psychological trauma. For aviation to be a business that cares about people, there must be a response that sees beyond the wreckage. And then other information. In the business page, also, the main headlines is how the Air India crash is set to trigger 1,000 crore rupee insurance claims and more. Other than that, in the global information, some update on the war happening in Israel, part of the world. And in the sports section, just some updates on that. So, because of this major tragedy, there isn't focus on any other major incident which has happened. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to comment too much here. But here's a fervent hope and prayer to the deceased, to those who have been injured very badly in this incident, to all the families who have lost near and dear ones and who have been badly affected by this particular incident. Fervent hope that there was no human error involved, there was no malicious intent involved, that it is merely a freak of nature. Because statistics say that it's actually safer to fly in the air than to travel on the roads. The incidents of road accidents are statistically more probable than having a plane crash. But go and tell that to somebody who has been on that flight or has lost someone near and dear on that. So, without delving too much into statistics, the focus should be on human tragedy and looking at ways and means to try and prevent occurrence of more such incidents in the future. So, without further ado, I'm just bringing this session to an end. Hopefully, there must be some peace and solace to all the victims of the tragedy who are on the plane or who are affected directly or indirectly by it. With that, this is me, Sathya, signing off for today's information, and hopefully, we'll be having better news articles, more good in the world happening in the near future.